Chef Eli here from Stratford Chef School. Today we're looking at the French folded omelet, which is a combination of egg, seasoning, a frying pan, and technique. The multiple layering of custardy eggs is a luxurious element that every chef or cook should have in their back pocket. Bon appetit! By whisking and seasoning the eggs in advance, we can see several benefits. On the left, we see a darker, richer color in the eggs. We'll also see that the eggs will have less of a frothiness after 20 minutes before entering the pan. And finally, the salt is going to chemically alter the eggs, minimizing the protein bonds and resulting in a lighter, fluffier egg as a result. So after whisking and seasoning your eggs and then allowing them to rest for 20 minutes, we will preheat a non-stick pan, allowing it to become warm before adding our fat. Here we are using a clarified butter which has the milk solids removed, thus minimizing the potential for browning on the egg, which is something to be avoided in this recipe. Once the pan and fats are warm, we will be adding in our seasoned eggs and allowing them to coat on the bottom. Notice that there is a considerable amount of movement early on. This is not like the traditional Western or North American omelet where we're going to be allowing the eggs to set still. Here instead we are looking for a combination of a custardy filling, a curd-like consistency, and a barely fully set bottom, which just allows us to fold the omelet. So we're seeing in real time how to cook this omelet on medium heat. Once we've been stirring for about the first 45-50 seconds or so, we're just going to be allowing to tilt the pan and allowing the gravity to tilt the liquids into any exposed areas of the pan, thus filling in those voids. Once we've cooked for just about 1:45 2-minute mark, we're going to be able to start testing the edges of the pan and moving our non-stick spatula against this non-stick pan, testing for the viscosity of the eggs, allowing it to curl on itself. The end result of this is going to be a multiple layer effect, so we want to curl slightly tightly early on. And again, no color is the end result with a custardy middle. Notice when we do start to curl this over that the line that we're choosing is perpendicular to the handle, which is important to know for the flipping out of the pan later on. Once we get to around the halfway mark, we're just going to be delicately tilting this, and then we're going to be shaking the pan and using the edge or tilt of the pan, that edge, to bring the last element of the omelet on itself, thus folding itself over. Here we do see that there is a pronounced seam. It is important when we plate this omelet that that seam is down, which is why we have taken care to be perpendicular to the handle when we flip this out later. Do not overcook this egg. We want a nice custardy center on the inside. We do not want all of the egg to be of the same consistency and texture. So when we think we're about ready here, we're going to be tilting the pan out, thus the seam side becomes to the bottom, and we have our completed French folded omelet. Finally, after plating, we can use a towel to reinforce the idea of that elliptical shape. We can take a bit of clarified butter and brush on top to promote both shine and flavor. Here we see a bit of cracking, so it's not necessarily a technically perfect omelet, but what we see in real time is a 3-minute omelet, start to finish, full of flavor, multiple layers of custardy goodness. Bon appetit.